You can see behind me there are some firefighters recovering from battling the flames. He says one African-American male was shot and killed tonight. Over the last 20 years, some businesses have shut down and moved out of the Eisenhower Parkway neighborhood. 2 America's law enforcement officers were shot and killed in the line of duty. Power actually just went out. But if you're dealing with a grease fire, the Macon-Bibb Fire Department says not a good idea. The fire is out, but the damage still remains. If you take a look behind me, Building C is completely torched. We're in Perry, Sabrina, Burse, 13, WFAZ News.
And there she goes.
They'll have a cornhole tournament and a live band starting at 8 o'clock. All day we've seen people come by and donate food with things like this. We've got this can of soup here to complete this lovely food pyramid we've been working on. And over here we have about 10 bins full of food.
They say it was a large bear?
A 250-pound bear, Frank,
large.
yes. The Department of Natural Resources says some people stopped in traffic to take pictures and videos that kept the bear from coming down. Peach County Sheriff Terry Deese says a deputy found the body off of a roadway in Crawford County, along with a piece of a car part they've been looking for. A task force began searching for missing Fort Valley State University student Anitra Gunn Monday afternoon. They started at the last place she was spotted, her boyfriend's aunt's house on Chestnut Hill Road in Fort Valley, according to Peach County Sheriff Terry Deese.
They've been riding for 2 days, going down every trail, every roadway they could get a car in, a truck in.
On Tuesday, the sheriff says a Peach County deputy spotted the piece of what they believe is Gunn's missing car bumper about 150 yards from the roadway off of Greer Road in Crawford County.
Found Miss Gunn laying very close to part of that front bumper.
He says authorities told Gunn's family the body fits her description, but they won't be able to positively ID the body until it's sent to the GBI crime lab. Deese says the body was partially covered with limbs.
We're not saying it's a homicide, but I mean, the car shows up in Fort Valley. It didn't get there by itself.
The sheriff says they do not have a suspect in connection with her death, but they brought Gunn's boyfriend in for questioning for a 3rd time shortly after finding the body. And the GBI towed his car a day prior at the home Gunn was last seen.
We might come back out tomorrow and do some more footwork, but I mean, we're still working to solve this.
Now, Todd Crosby of the GBI says the body will be sent to the GBI crime lab. Shiloh Martinez posted this video on Facebook of employees asking her to leave the store. The post got more than 300 shares and almost 600 comments. Martinez says she didn't put a vest on her service dog when she went to the Walmart on Watson Boulevard in Warner Robins because she says it was broken and she didn't have to. I set out to verify if that's true. My sources are the Americans with Disabilities Act and the United States Department of Justice Service Animal Regulations. Shiloh Martinez has owned her service dog, Katie, for about a year.
Most of her tasks would include things for anxiety, such as deep pressure therapy and light mobility work for me.
On Sunday, Martinez says Walmart employees questioned why her dog didn't have a marked service animal vest before asking her to leave the store.
She doesn't have to have any kind of marking. Okay, but Walmart has the right to adjust any policy. And there's their policy.
Well, I'd like to see it on paper.
That's against.
I'd like to see it on paper.
Do service animals have to wear a marked vest? According to the U.S. Department of Justice, the Americans with Disabilities Act does not require service animals to wear a vest, ID tag, or specific harness. It does, however, say service animals must be harnessed, leashed, or tethered unless the device interferes with the service animal's work. So we verified service animals don't have to wear a marked vest.
Discrimination against us does happen quite frequently in restaurants, stores like Walmart, gas stations.
Why exactly do we have to leave? I just need to get that on video.
No, I'm not going to leave until you tell me a reason.
Martinez says different employees asked her multiple times if her dog was a service animal. She says one of the employees got aggressive with her when she refused to leave. She says that's when she had a panic attack and Walmart employees called the police.
It was intimidating, honestly, and I'm really disappointed that their first thought was not to listen to me, but to try to intimidate me, to scare me out of the store.
Martinez says a Walmart manager contacted her to apologize for the situation, but she says that's not enough.
further educate the employees.
Earlier today, I called Walmart's corporate office. They told me that they would be looking into this specific incident. Frank Kensley Davis is a huge fan of Disney's animated movie Moana. When her mother ordered a cake for her celebration, they were surprised to see this cake decorated with a marijuana design. Kensley Davis could not help but laugh when she thought about her birthday cake this year. The 25-year-old's mother ordered a Moana-inspired cake, but found it showed some green leafy marijuana instead.
I think they thought that she said marijuana because we're from South Georgia. We kind of have an accent, so Moana, marijuana.
Davis believes the employee made an honest mistake.
I guess when they said that I love cartoons, they were like, well, let's just throw a little pony on there. So they put the little pony on there and it had red eyes and it was smoking a joint with a tramp stamp of a pot leaf on its bottom.
But that didn't stop her from eating it.
I was very shocked. I was like, it was hilarious to me.
Davis posted the picture of the cake on Facebook. It went viral with more than 11,000 shares.
I was very impressed by the artistic, capabilities of them to be able to do the design that they did.
She still plans on buying a birthday cake next year.
It won't be Moana or marijuana. I just won't get a design at all on it. I'll just get a regular ice cream cake if I have to.
Now, Davis says the woman who made the cake did apologize and offered to make her another one. Frank, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
The little cartoon character,
Moana,
too.
marijuana.
Oh, that's good stuff.
I don't know. Jeremy Cumberbatch has lived with type 1 diabetes for almost 26 years. Checking his blood sugar is something he has to do.
Yeah, it's really high.
His levels aren't supposed to exceed 120 milligrams per deciliter this time of the day. They're at 408. His wife, Naifa Cumberbatch, says the cost of the insulin he needs is off the charts.
The prices of the insulin itself is absolutely ridiculous, even with insurance.
Cumberbatch says he spends about $1,000 a month on insulin. He uses 2 different kinds and on average buys 4 vials a month. The working middle-class couple says it's not always enough, so Jeremy finds ways around it.
Maybe today I just won't eat as much, or maybe I won't eat at all because, I can't use all my insulin.
A bipartisan congressional report says insulin had nearly a 300% price increase between 2002 and 2013. Diabetes specialist Dr. Thomas Jones says diabetics with high blood sugar could face serious consequences if they don't get the insulin they need.
Blindness, leading cause of kidney failure, having to go on dialysis, leading cause of amputations of the lower extremities.
So what resources are out there to help Central Georgians find insulin at an affordable rate? Dr. Jones pointed me to the Macon Volunteer Clinic. It provides free health care and medicine assistance, including insulin for working adults who don't have insurance. But not everyone will qualify to receive care. Insulin manufacturers like Novo Nordisk, Sanofi, and Eli Lilly offer programs to ease the burden for people with a low income. I found out some of these providers may only offer free medicine for up to 1 year, and then the patient has to reapply. If approved, the company reps say the patient may have to wait a week or 2 before their next dose is shipped to them. For people like the Cumberbatches, that is not an option.
We're going to be making too much for that. So you're making too much for help, but you're not making enough to help yourself. That makes the system is absolutely broken.
Now, it's possible to apply for prescription drug savings cards through sites like GoodRx. Even then, insulin like Lantus that was originally priced at $320 retail will still cost you about $200 with the discount. Now remember, a diabetic could go through multiple vials of insulin a month. Cumberbatch grows fruits and veggies to save money that goes towards his medicine. They hope pharmaceutical companies will lower insulin costs, but until then,
working more hours at work or taking out a personal loan somewhere. You have to do what you have to do to be able to survive.
In Macon, Sabrina Burse, 13 WMAZ News. The natural hair movement is something I decided to learn more about a few years ago because I wanted to learn more about my culture. The movement encourages women of African ancestry to embrace their natural textured hair. I spoke to some people who connect with this topic in a big way. 4-year-old Alistair is a regular at this Macon salon. His father, Victor Wright Jr., takes pride in wearing a natural style.
My hair is my power, so I just went ahead and did the same thing for him. Let him know that you don't have to have your hair a certain type of way to be accepted in society.
White says he felt social pressure to shave off his dreadlocks, with some people assuming they were dirty.
Locks are kind of like associated with like bad stuff, ghetto hooligans and stuff like that.
Even the name itself, dreadlocks, holds a negative connotation for white.
That's why I say locks, I don't say dreads, because that's not what they are. My hair doesn't look dreadful at all.
But how people view natural styles seems to be changing. Research from a market intelligence agency called Mintel says relaxer sales dropped about 36% between 2012 and 2017. A relaxer is a chemical lotion or cream that loosens curls to make hair easier to straighten. In some cases, it gets rid of the curl pattern altogether. A Georgia lawmaker wants to stop hair discrimination with Senate Bill 286. It would protect people who wear hairstyles that are historically associated with their race. The bill would ban discrimination against those hairstyles unless they interfere with work.
Some companies and some places don't want you there with different colors or different styles, and I think that is the negative for our Black community.
Stylist Monica Head says some of her natural clients choose to wear their hair in protective styles like braids, locks, twists, or other textured styles. She says they keep the hair safely tucked away, and those styles require minimal upkeep and promote hair growth when properly moisturized. Tiana Chapman protects her hair by wearing a quick weave. Her stylist cornrows her natural hair and adds extensions.
You don't have to worry about putting too much heat on your hair and for your hair to be damaged.
Stylist Keisha Penna says she stopped relaxing her hair 17 years ago.
It burned me like fire. Whatever brand I used, it burned and it was uncomfortable. So why continue to do something to myself that was making me uncomfortable? Sometimes people are caught up with that, oh, you got good hair. What is really good hair? You know what I mean? Good hair is healthy hair.
White says versatile hair and wearing it how you want.
It's most definitely a sign of a change of the times.
Gives him a sense of individuality.
It's like people are feeling more comfortable with being who they are.
My hair is a huge part of my identity, and it plays an important role in the way I express myself. Now, my hair is always changing, as you can see, and I've only scratched the surface of the natural hair movement. I've learned so much, and there's still so much more to learn. Now, we've got a list of hair care tips from some natural stylists at 13WMAZ.com.